year green, because farmers will take their cane to Mumias and then make sure they also have another stock in the farms. But what is happening currently, things are totally different. Those who have been affected mostly are the farmers, because most of them, we have seen that they have uprooted their cane, because Mumias Sugar Factory, since it began ailing, it has not been able to crush cane. It has not also been able to pay them their debt. And even as KCB moves and takes over Mumias Sugar Factory, very few of them have hopes that Mumias Sugar Factory one day will be able to crush cane again and go back to its normalcy. For example, Brenda, this is one of the farms that I visited 1 year ago. This area that we are standing on was full of cane, because the farmer was still hoping that in a few months Mumias Sugar Factory will be able to go back to its normalcy. But as time has progressed and he has not seen any attempts by the government, by the politicians, by the local members to make sure that Mumias goes back to its normalcy, he has decided now to uproot the cane. You can see this is just a normal field with nothing happening here, a small segment of the farm. He decided to plant maize, which has already harvested, and the other portion of the land he decided to uproot cane and put what we can term as setting aside a piece of land maybe to feed his cattle. That's what is happening here. So you can see most of the farmers do not have hope. Even if KCB takes over Mumias Sugar Factory, the main question that the farmers are asking, what will happen to convince them to go back to planting cane, because most of them have already uprooted cane, and cane is not something that you plant today and tomorrow harvest. It takes time, more than 1 year, to be mature and then to be harvested to produce sugarcane. So the biggest challenge that is facing Mumias currently is not lack of money, is not debt as we see it, but is because of lack of raw material. Even if someone went ahead and invested billions of money in Mumias, where will they get the material to crush and process cane? But I'll speak to some of the farmers, including one of them who has decided to uproot cane. And first of all, we begin discussing the issue of KCB. We have seen KCB has taken over Mumias Sugar Company. Do you think that is the best move? Do you think that will be able to bring back normalcy at Mumias? Will it convince you to plant cane again?
I don't think that KCB will manage Mumias well to convince me to plant sugarcane, because I know KBC are qualified in managing banks. They do not know anything to do with agriculture. What I know is they just want to get the money they had given to Mumias, and once they get the money back, the farmers will not benefit anything. So Mumias will not improve because KCB has taken over.
So what do you think is the best option?
The best option to me, I feel, Mumias owes a lot of people money, like KRA, like Kenya Power. If the government wants to help her people, me being one of them, they should write off these debts and then start afresh. Let whoever wants to manage Mumias now come and start with a nucleus. If they can plow and plant sugarcane, and then people will see that something is being done in the nucleus. We still have the land. My land is here. I can still give them and we shall grow cane.
You're one of the people who was highly affected, because you told me the house that you live in, you constructed it from what you earned from Mumias. The car that you're driving, you bought it from the money that you got from Mumias by selling your cane. How has been life since Mumias failed to crush cane a few years ago, around 3 years ago? They have not paid you, they have your debt.
It is true, the house in which I'm living, I constructed it at a time when I was growing sugarcane for Mumias. And I have a small car that is now old that I bought some 10 years ago from Mumias. Life has changed, because even maintaining that car now, it is a problem. My house has grown old. I want to renovate it. I have no money. So I'll just keep it up the way it is. If it wants to fall, let it fall down. But I think if the government is serious in helping us farmers, they should do something and help Mumias.
Last year I visited, you were one of the farmers who still had hope that Mumias will be revived. You had sugarcane here. What prompted you to uproot it totally and decide let the farm just remain a field? It's better you don't do anything on it.
Yeah, you need to grow something that can fetch you some money. I had some sugarcane here. I didn't have a place to take. We had some people who could come and say they want to buy and take it to Jaggery or something, but they were not paying well. Then I thought, why should you keep something on the farm that you are not making profit out of? I decided to uproot it, and I would like to plant something that can make me happy.
And so far, have you found anything else that you can do?
So far, I don't think I have found anything, but I'm hearing that there is a group called Wekohas that wants us to grow coffee. And I don't know whether coffee will pay us like sugarcane, because I hear some people somewhere are uprooting coffee as well. So what will the government do to help the farmers, be it a farmer of sugarcane or a farmer of coffee? Establish factories that can pay well farmers. We shall not go to Nairobi looking for jobs. We will get our money from this soil.
Many people have said the cause that led to the closure of Mumias was all about to do that. But with initial management, which was by foreigners, the company was doing well. You're still a farmer here. When we Kenyans took over the management, things went south. What happened? Was it all about management? Was it about people who swindled money from Mumias Sugar Company? What happened exactly?
It was both mismanagement and people were earning money they didn't work for. The Mumias as a whole, even the Way Bridge, we were told, some people were earning money from cane they didn't grow. So when we take our cane to Mumias, the tonnage was not reflected as it was on the farm. Some people were being allocated part of our tonnage, and they were earning more money than the farmers. How do you please a farmer by eating him? How will he manage? So that is what helped Mumias to go down. Mismanagement, those people were in the management, and I don't want to name anybody, but allow me to mention the last managing director, Mr. Kidero. Kidero has contributed a lot in the flop of Mumias, plus many others. It is not only Kidero. There are so many people, even the small officers there.
Well, earlier we have seen politicians, we will not say that Kidero was involved because we don't have evidence for that, and he has a chance to defend that. Those are just allegations. But what I wanted to say is that we have seen politicians come out to speak and speak to the members of the public after the government let KCB to take over Mumias Sugar Company. But I want to clarify first that the mention of Kidero is just allegation from you. You don't have facts, which is true, but you feel maybe he was involved, which is not true, and that is unfortunate, but because we cannot give him a chance to defend himself. But let's go to the next question. When KCB took over Mumias, we have seen politicians coming out and speaking much about it, and farmers have been asking questions like, where were they when Mumias was going down? Where were they when there were indication that most probably Mumias will not survive a number of years? Do you think politicians have also failed us as a community, and they should come up and give more energy to see Mumias being revived?
Yeah, as you say, it's an allegation, and I think I'm glad you have seen it as an allegation. But to begin with, when we had the shareholders' annual general meeting in Kisumu, Kidero was still there.
We will not speak about him. I will just continue.
Thank you. I want to say that the politicians are right, that KCB was there. And in fact, KCB has been in operation longer than Mumias. If they were people who could manage, they would have started seeing the failing of Mumias then and would have assisted it before it went down. But you see, you wait until something has gone to the ground, and then you come and tell us that you are now going to make it, you are going to revive it. That's where I'm doubting. And even some of these politicians who are claiming that Mumias was mismanaged, I do not think they are clean. Some of the politicians, let me allege that they participated in the collapse of Mumias.
You are also owed, as the farmers, you are owed around 700 million shillings. Most probably now is 1 billion. Has KCB contacted all the farmers maybe on the way forward, on you also recovering your debt?
In fact, the idea of KCB taking over Mumias, I hear it from people like I've heard it from you. I'm one of the farmers. My registration number is there. They have not consulted me. They have not come to me and told me, okay, you've been a farmer and now we know that you have uprooted or you are still having some cane. We want to continue like this. Let them reach out to the farmers and tell us what they want to do, and we shall weigh and see if it is good. We shall join them. Otherwise, they are just talking far away from us. They cannot grow cane from the press.
Thank you so much. So Brenda, those are just some of the comments by the farmers here. You can see it's a very hot and sensitive topic when you discuss about the closure and even the failure of Mumias Sugar Company to be revived for many years now. 3 years, we have not seen it crashing cane. We have seen farmers have decided it's better they uproot their cane, and they feel also the takeover by KCB over Mumias will not yield a lot of fruit. But we'll be following up because things have totally changed. People who are born and raised from this region, including Linda Ogutu, can tell you that life has become very difficult. We are not seeing any tracks that we used to see. The lands have changed from green to brown, and we'll be hoping up to see if maybe KCB will be the hope of the farmers.